Talk about travel across the blue sea, all the way from China. The amazing Terra Cotta Warriors, guardians of China's first emperor, has arrived here in Orange County's downtown Santa Ana, California, at the Bowers Museum of Cultural Art. The tomb of China's first emperor, Qin Shi Huang, is considered one of the greatest archaeological finds of the 20th century. The exhibit features many of the Terra Cotta Warriors and the artifacts intended to protect the emperor on his journey throughout eternity. And it's all happening right here, right now, on Across the Blue Sea. Here at the Bowers Museum of Cultural Art in Santa Ana, a very special exhibit has arrived, the Terra Cotta Warriors, guardians of China's first emperor. This is one of the largest loan of terracotta figures and artifacts to ever travel to the United States from the Emperor's Mausoleum.
I'm Peter Keller, President of the Bowers, and it's a pleasure to welcome you to this preview of our newest exhibition from China, Terra Cotta Warriors, Guardians of China's First Emperor. This exhibition is the largest exhibition of terracotta warriors and related items to ever come to the United States. It's truly historic, one that will be in the United States for a total of 2 years. It will be here at the Bowers, opening next Sunday, May 18th, and continue until mid-October, about October 12th, before it travels on to Atlanta, Georgia, Houston, Texas, and closing at our friends at the National Geographic Society, closes in March of 2010.
The exhibition provides a deeper knowledge of the historical site, and it showcases many of the beautiful objects, including the terracotta life-size warriors, and shows many of the precious objects that are intended to accompany the emperor on his journey through eternity.
We have several dignitaries here today, and I'd like to introduce them. We have, besides my board vice chairman, Ann Shi, who's unbelievably involved with this exhibition. We have Al Dean, who's our guest curator from Stanford University, and Stephanie Dexter from UPS, who actually delivered the warriors from Shanghai to California. I also have in the audience my boss, the board chairman, Don Kennedy, in the back row, you're sitting in the Donald and Dorothy Kennedy wing. We're very happy to have Don here today. And we have a very special delegation from China, from Shaanxi province, Mr. Wang, Mr. Chen, Ms. Han. Pleasure to welcome you. They just flew in last night from Beijing. I also like to welcome Susan Norton, the director of the National Geographic Museum.
Considered one of the greatest archaeological finds of the 20th century, the tomb of China's first emperor, Qin Shi Huang, features thousands of terracotta warriors intended to protect him throughout eternity. Termed the eighth wonder of the ancient world, this is the largest loan of terracotta figures and significant artifacts ever to travel to the United States from the emperor's enormous mausoleum.
The Bowers Museum, along with the Houston Museum and National Geographic, have produced a 6-pound companion volume on this exhibition, which I think is going to hold the record, the world record for a centerfold. It's a 16-page centerfold of the pit. That's pit 1 machine.
The first emperor of the Qin. What he did was to lead China out of a period of centuries of warfare among many regional states to become a unified state and imposed and centralized control, devising a system of administration that not only gave China long periods of stability and avoided a breakup into what could have been a Europe of China, but he gave China its name as well. China comes from the name of his empire, Qin. He united China in 221 BC and died in 210. And his mausoleum is the greatest that China has ever seen.
Can you tell us your involvement in bringing the exhibit here and why this exhibit?
Yeah, I have been the head of the Bowers over the 12 years, and we bring at least 6 exhibitions coming from the China to here. I think right now is a good way before Olympics open. It's a good way to bring the terracotta soldiers here.
Of course, the Terra Cotta Warriors exhibition is the most important exhibition to come to the Bowers Museum since the presentation of the Mummies exhibit, which had been on view for quite a while. So I know our visitors are very excited that we're presenting this opportunity to see these Chinese treasures. So what we've done is create programming around the Terra Cotta Warriors show, and that includes a special exhibition at Kidseum, and we're going to present Monkey King, A Journey to China.
How did you choose which pieces to come? Was that agreed upon and decided?
Well, we believe there are about 7,000 of these figures, of which 1,200 of them have been excavated. They represent every aspect of the emperor's army and court. There are many figures here, not many, but there's several figures here that are not warriors. There are court officials, there are acrobats, there are, we thought they were musicians, now we're arguing they may be boatmen or maybe even gamblers. There are life-size bronze birds, a beautiful swan and crane. So we picked every warrior from the standpoint of representing a portion of that army. There's chariot drivers like the figure behind me, but then there are archers, both kneeling and standing. There are infantrymen, there are cavalrymen with their horse. There's a beautiful horse here, weighs over 1,000 pounds. And then there are the mystery pieces, the pieces we're not sure what they're doing. It's open for speculation. So we picked them to represent the entire army. One of the things that I like most about him is that when you get close to him, and if you went to Xi'an, China, you'd be hundreds of feet away from a warrior and you wouldn't get to see much detail. But when you look at him and you look at the details on his armor and his face and his mustache and his hair and the braids in his hair, it's pretty magnificent. And I like to say here at the Bowers Museum, you'll be face to face with a warrior.
Terra Cotta Warriors, Guardians of China's First Emperor, will be on exhibit until October 12, 2008.